Shalom, shalom. This is Adama from the GMS Inglewood Little Sanctuary Camp, back with a segment through the Spirit and Power of the Most High, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashim Yahushai Ba'Hashim Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of that great millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim. Wanted to get into the judgment and destruction that the Most High has been doling out as of late, and these weather-related disasters that have been occurring at biblical proportions, all right? And these are signs and tokens of the Most High's return, okay, for him to make his grand finale in the transition from this wicked world, this life, Esau's world, and to Jacob, into the beginning of it that followeth, which is going to be an eternal paradise, man, which is known as Kainos, the earth renewed, and then access to the rest of the universe, okay? But these are things that are happening to tear this place down, all right? To break down the spirit of the entire world, all right? Mourning and death and woe are coming on the scene in the biggest fucking way imaginable, man. Okay? And the masses of the people of this world are not ready for it. Scriptures talk about the great perplexity and fucking state of chaos that the people are going to be in, all right? That their minds are going to be fucking gone. And that's the worst thing for your mental fortitude to go in a time like this, man. Because you could have the bunker stocked, but the moment you bug out, it's worth absolutely nil. All right? And people are just going to continue to get picked off and get fucking broken down in this time. This is Hurricane Freddy, or Slakia. Cyclone Freddy, or Storm Freddy, that pelted Africa, all right? They're calling it unusual, they're calling it of biblical proportions, okay? That it just fucking blitzed through that area. It says more than 220 killed by record-breaking Cyclone Freddy. Vast majorities of deaths occurred in Malawi from the highly unusual storm. Tropical Cyclone Freddy hit the coast of southern Africa for a second time over the weekend, bringing its total death toll to more than 220 people in Malawi, Mozambique, and Madagascar. The month-long storm has broken at least one record and could break two more, meteorologists say, as climate change causes warmer oceans. Heat energy from the water surface is fueling stronger storms. And overlook these agendas that they have, this misinformation that of the source of these weather anomalies. The source is from the Heavenly Father, okay, who moves the pieces, okay, who moves the course of events down here the way that he sees fit according to his will. Every last intricacy that goes down, man. You see? It says, by Tuesday afternoon, authorities counted 190 people dead in Malawi, with hundreds more injured and missing. That's what I wanted to get. You have, just like that Turkey incident, the earthquakes, you have fucking scores and hundreds of missing people, all right, that were whisked away, that were blown away by the cyclone, all right, or carried in with the water streams and shit. It says many of the dead were killed by mudslides in hilly Blantyre, Malawi's second biggest city. All right, and that's a crucial judgment. What the masses of the world is not considering, especially them that dwell here without care in America. Like it says, places of land that dwelt without care. And that spirit has trickled to the other nations. Okay, guaranteed the entire Western world, what they call the West, which consists of pretty much all of Europe, is the Western world. It guaranteed the UK and the western part of Europe. Okay, they're in a complete state of folly and wickedness, just like over here in Babylon. But here, right here, in in um, in Babylon, it takes the fucking cake. All right, and to be covered in mud, and now you're in a point where your body is being crushed, and you die a slow, painful, torturous death. Okay, a lot of times, it's like you're drowning in it, and drowning is one of the worst ways to go. Like that flood, like the judgment with the flood, man. To have your inner cavity, inner body cavity, fucking filling up with water, and the pressure exploding your internal organs and all that. All right, it's a terrible way to go out, and even a mudslide is even worse. Or getting trapped under snow or some shit like that. Getting trapped under some rubble, like in these earthquakes. That's a slow, torturous death by pain, as the scriptures talk about. The Most High is not going to let these motherfuckers off easy. All their slander to the Heavenly Father, all their wicked thoughts and deeds, okay, their hatred for the Most High and His men. So He's going to cover you with a mudslide and see how you fare up. Okay. The Most High is going to dole out many vicious ends for these people, man. Torrential rain swept away thousands of homes and uprooted trees, leaving residents staring in disbelief at huge ravines in the roads and having to clamber across makeshift bridges as the rain continued. Bodies were still being brought out from the devastation. The scale of the damage and loss of life is still unknown as search and rescue operations continue. Almost 60,000 people have been affected, of which about 19,000 were displaced from their homes, Malawi's government said. An unusual path, it says, Freddie developed off the coast of Australia, crossed the entire South Indian Ocean, and traveled more than 8,000 kilometers, roughly 5,000 miles, to make landfall in Madagascar and Mozambique in late February. So they're calling that unusual, an unusual path, because it almost like it beelined for a landmass with people that's an inhabited landmass, okay? Almost as if it was being steered by another power, okay? By another entity, and it indeed was, man. The Most High Spirit was in it, was in that storm. So for it to destroy, okay. That's gonna be to a fault of the masses of the people that are over there giving credit to other entities that rather than the Heavenly Father, for bringing these destructions upon the world. Okay. But these people, they know not the Most High. Okay, they don't know how He operates. They don't know about His judgments. Okay. It's going to be to their demise. Okay. You have the world giving credit to to fictional entities. For example, fucking Mother Nature. You've heard that a lot in the recent times with these destructive weather events. Okay, you see it being attributed to fucking Mother Nature or climate change and all this other bullshit. When the scriptures tell you that the storm and tempest is the source is the Most High. Okay, and that's the whole definition of like a weather anomaly. I believe they call it an anomaly because it's like it doesn't normally happen, or it's not the customary characteristic of that natural disaster to perform in that way. Just like fucking this storm that fucking took an unusual trajectory, usual path, a weather anomaly is the difference from an average or baseline temperature. Okay. Anomalies denote the departure of an element from its long period average value for the location concerned. Okay. So an anomaly is likened to it's fucking. It doesn't normally occur like that because they pretty much go off of a pattern of what they tried to based off what they theorize. What they hypothesize is that these the weather pretty much goes off of a pattern, but when it deviates from that pattern, and especially on a high scale, they deem that an anomaly, but that's actually the hand of the Most High, man. It says, no other tropical cyclones observed in this part of the world have taken such a path across the Indian Ocean in the past 2 decades. Okay. Only 4 storms have crossed southern Indian Ocean from east to west, with the last one in 2000, it said. High cyclone energy. Freddie holds the record for most accumulated cyclone energy, known as ACE, a measure based on a storm's wind strength over its lifetime of any storm in the southern hemisphere and possibly worldwide. Freddie has generated about as much accumulated cyclone energy as an average full North Atlantic hurricane season. Fuck, so an entire hurricane season was dwarfed by this one storm. Okay, and then it's saying it's a record length, broken the record for longest lasting tropical cyclone on record, according to the WMO, World Meteorological Organization. Okay. It says current record is held by a 31-day hurricane in 94. It first developed on February 6th and made its second landfall on the coast of Mozambique on March 11th, 34 days later. So this is indeed of biblical proportions. And it's what they call it's divine. It's nothing that can be explained by you know what I'm saying, by our means, by natural occurrence. Okay, it's almost undoubted It's almost unequivocal that where it came from, the Most High. That's why they say that. What they call certain weather patterns, extreme weather conditions, they call it the hand of the Most High. All right. It says the most cycles of intensification. Freddie appears to have broken the world record for the most bouts of rapid intensification. I mean, come on, how many more factors and conditions of the cyclone do you need to know that it came from the Most High, man? All right? That he's visiting the world in which he made. The world is about to see the Most High's wrath in the worst way. And he had the men of the Most High, his men, disseminating these warnings. Okay? You had him out there for for decades, man. All right? When you look at how many fucking weeks the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai have been pushing this thing, man, day in and day out. There's no fucking excuse. Now for the people, the Most High's justification for destruction. Okay? Psalm 9:16 says, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. The guy in Salah. All right? So the Most High, it's in his character to judge. All right? It talks about how his judgments are new every morning. He's got a new batch of judgment every single day. All right? And a very hefty one. You see? So the world needs to know and will know and be acquainted with the fact that the Most High is the one that destroys. Okay? Every last single fucking soul on this planet in the history of mankind. All right? It was done by the Heavenly Father. Their death was sanctioned. Like it says, a sparrow doesn't fall out of a tree without that. 1 Samuel 2:6. Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Okay? The point in verse 6, the Most High is the one that kill. So he put all those fucking, those Hamites, whoever the fuck they may be, they might be Israelites, Israelite foreigners, or heathens. But there's a lot of Israelites that have an expiration date on this side and are going to be destroyed viciously, man. All right? So regardless, those met their judgment. Those that were taken out by this thing and by all these weather events that are occurring with higher frequency and with a greater intensity. All right. So the rate at which these things are occurring is skyrocketing, and then they're fucking the strength in which they destroy. It's destructive impact that it has. All right, never before have you heard of string of earthquakes. Okay, pretty much fucking day after day, week after week for a certain period of time. That's hitting a certain region, taking motherfuckers out, man. I believe the death toll was over 40,000 for that. Slovakia. More than 45 racks, man. Now, all right, and climbing. See, that is indeed an act from the Heavenly Father, man. Or when you look at these unfucking heard of weather patterns in California. All right, this fucking massive flooding, which is causing mudslides and other destructive weather occurrences, weather events. You see, softening of the tectonic plates. All right, you had the fucking extreme cold temperatures in areas where it's never been seen. Out here in fucking South Bay, you had nice marble shooter size balls of hail coming down a few weeks ago. See? So the Most High is indeed visiting the world which He made. You had, which they came out on the title verbatim on these alternative news resources. They had on their the news segments, on the fucking articles, it literally had in the title flooding of biblical proportion. Okay, you had the flooding that went down over there in Pakistan was fucking devastating and never been seen. So the Most High is closing the book on this fucking place, man. He's phasing it right on out. As promised. This is in Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay. So the Most High is the one that kills and makes alive. Only He, Him alone. All right? Like He said, there are no other gods or other entities that are not under His strict fucking orders. All right? That is not subject to His orchestration. Okay. There's no fucking creation in this universe that is not subject to the will of the Most High. Okay. And these people, masses of these motherfuckers are gonna know and fear the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, in the biggest way. It's gonna be the meaning of life like it is already. You're going to see what it meant for this to be the meaning of life. That you had better have served this power. Okay? But you're going to learn the extremely hard way. It's in Psalm 68 and 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, belong the issues from death. Okay? So, anybody that light goes out in this place, any fucking living soul that's straight from the Most High, He's the one that's the issuer of judgment, okay? And even of prosperity or salvation. Source is the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay? Allah Shadia. This is in Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So all these different weather-related disasters natural disasters, torrential rains, flooding. It all comes from the Most High, okay? And those things are known in the history of mankind to destroy mass amounts of people, okay? When you look at freezing temperatures, okay, and then on the other end of the spectrum, fucking scalding temperatures, okay, and then the different natural disasters that are under each of those categories, the different things that can occur. And then that's also a segue into famine. All right. Different flooding can destroy crops and livestock. All right. Just as well as fucking extremely hot temperatures. Okay. So the Most High is draining the life bar in this bitch. Okay. This is finishing off in 2nd Esdras 9. He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards to the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay. So, measuring the times consists of linking current events. Okay. Time, going into current, right? The time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs, which are the events, okay, linking them up with the prophecies, like you said, which I told thee, okay, and through that it tells us in the 5th verse that's when you know that the end is here, okay. The Most High is about to make his grand finale. He says, for like all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Okay. So we know, indeed, by these occurrences in the world, that the Most High is making his entrance, all right, to completely destroy this entire system, okay, this entire existence, okay. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Makakadash.